YouTube, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Toyota, no, just kidding. Scion FRS, AKA, it's still kind of a Toyota, right? Yeah. So what I have here is a 2014 Scion FRS Scion that needs a lot of love and attention. I haven't had this on the channel for a while. The last thing I think we did was we installed some 2022 GR86 OEM wheels and Michelin's on here, which look good. These are 215/40 18s race car wheels. I love these wheels so much. Brakes are a little bit rusted over because I've driven the car for a while. I did wash it and put it in the garage. What we're gonna do today is I've had this car nearly 1 year and not really done too much with it. The car had branches fall on it and dented the whole car, aka it's cash. So I bought the car cash. That being said, it does have some cool stuff on it, but it's pretty stock. A couple things I did was I put some 2022 or 2020, I can't remember what year it was, 2021 maybe, OEM mirrors on here. What else did we do? We fixed the airbag. We did the black interior on the car. The car is very clean right now. The black interior, which would be that shifter surround, the shift knob, the black buttons, which they kind of look, they're here, let's look here. It's because the light's hitting it. They're all black. Way nice, looks really, really good. I do need a new shift boot. I did get the black lower steering wheel here. I do need a new steering wheel. Soon, things we're gonna be doing, we're gonna be blacking out this. It's called the RC, I think. We'll be changing the badge. I'll probably have some badges on Mitch.com. Seats I really like these seats. These ones aren't in the best conditions on the driver's side, look right there, but overall I like them a lot. I like these seats a lot. I don't know if you guys have ridden in these. They're really comfortable, more comfortable than the CELICA. Actually, that'd be a good mod. We should see if these fit in the CELICA. Let's do that. We should try that. But since I've had the car, I haven't done an oil change on it, and the serpentine belt is squeaky and it needs changed. So we're gonna do some maintenance on it, and then I'm gonna tell you guys what parts I'm gonna buy for it, and we'll go shopping together in this video. I am gonna do a TRD kit on it because I like TRD everything, but since this is a cash FRS, I'm not gonna buy OEM, I'm gonna buy aftermarket, because OEM stuff, the TRD, just like TRD CELICA stuff, it's a fortune because it's good. It's OEM from factory, it's rare too. We're gonna get some replica of it and put some replica. So we'll tell you guys what we're gonna do in this car, in this video, but let's start out with the oil change. Okay, first things first, let's put the Scion FRS up on jack stands. So let's go ahead and pop open the hood so we can get to the, I didn't even know, FA20, is that what these are? FA20? What does the FA20 stand for? I don't know. 2.0. Let's lift this thing up. One of the things that I do need, I would love to have struts instead of the prop. That'd be a nice mod. We did do the intake, I forgot about that. So it came with the aftermarket intake, and then we put the little K&N right here. You guys see that? Little K&N intake filter. This actually looks really good in here. Dang, that looks nice. Oh, I forgot to clean all this. I did that a while ago. So let's go ahead, and what we're gonna do is, now that we have the car lifted, let's make sure there's some oil in it. Yes, there's oil in it. And then now what we're gonna do is go down below and drain the oil out of it, and we'll talk about what we're gonna do. Okay, so we've drained the oil, 14 millimeter. It's pretty simple. Well, draining, I guess you could say. It's pretty dark. It's been a while. So what are the plans? One of the plans is I want this front bumper to be a lot more aggressive. So we'll do a TRD lower front spoiler. And then, of course, I need to get a little cap. This came with the license plate tow hook right there. I removed that. So that's something we'll do. I really dislike the fog light circle there. I think that's pretty unaesthetic. So I'm gonna go with the OEM ones, and then I'm gonna smoke out or just paint those black, the turn signals. So that's just a black. I did see that they made some kind of intake like area right there. I think that'd be sick. Those look really good. Seem hard to find, but that would be a nice mod. So the front will be That field, those should be OEM. This will be a TRD front lip, which will make it look more aggressive, and then we'll do a TRD, a Toyota badge in the front instead of the Scion. Again, there's a circle and a circle. This is very circular, the headlight front of the FRS. I like the, I don't know what brand it is. They're like, I can't remember the brand, but I really like the aftermarket ones that are this, they kind of look like the Evo 10 headlights. I'm gonna go with those. So these will be for sale. They're in great condition, really good condition. This car does not have side indicators right here. Reason why is they fell out when I was driving, hilarious. So it's pretty ghetto. Another thing that needs to be replaced is this bumper. So I think I'll get a black aftermarket or bumper fender, this black aftermarket fender. We'll pull that off. We'll do the black lip and we'll get that painted OEM red. And then moving on to the rear, of course, we're gonna do the, I think it's just not stage 2, but just the first generation Scion Release Series TRD skirt. I think that looks really, really good. And then I am looking for, I think I'm gonna upgrade these instead of the opposing, the cylinders with the 8.6. I think I'm gonna do the ones that get rid of this and do the newer version with the little slit there. I think that looks a lot more aesthetic. The new version with the old stuff, kind of like the wheels, the new with the old. Okay, yeah, always, obviously we're doing the oil change and talking. Lefty loosey oil filter, or oil filter, oil filter lefty loosey too. I broke that loose, and let's see if I can get this thing off. I believe, what is a K&M? We're definitely gonna clean all of this. Okay, yeah, that absolutely needs cleaned. Yeah, let's do that real quick. Okay, oil filter's off. Now that we're talking about this Boxer engine, Toyota Subaru Boxer engine, that's so confusing, hilarious. Things that I would like to do, so my fiance drives this. This is like her daily driver. It's not the most aesthetic thing because it has a big dent on it, and then it has some dents back there. We'll talk about that in a second. I would love to turbo this thing. I mean, look at all this room. Look at this. Look at all this room for activities. This is so easy. Look how big the giant downpipe is, or whatever you guys call that. That is huge. That's so much room. We get rid of that thing. There's so much room to play. I'm used to tiny. You guys should see how small that back of that CELICA is. That CELICA where the turbo is like half of this room. Same thing with the FRS. That car has so much room to work on in the Evo 9. So I'd love to turbo this thing. Not really interested in the supercharge, but definitely the turbo. I'd love to do the turbo, and then turn this car, you know, maybe get her something different in the future, but turn this car into just straight up drag, go to 1/4 miles. I'd like to, this would be a good car to beat on, make it look pretty as best I could, and then beat on it because it's my cash car. It's not, you know, doesn't really have crazy amount of value. So that being said, that's what I'd like to do is turbo this thing. Leave it stock internals and boost it and see how long we get out of that. Okay, so we got the oil off. You can actually see here, look at this serpentine belt. It's literally, it's so stretched out, and I haven't been drying it because it skipped this tooth off this water, the AC pulley here. Hilarious. Look how ghetto that thing is. That definitely needs to be replaced. Maybe the tensioner shot too, who knows. Okay, so now what we need to do is put an oil filter on and then fill this thing back up with some oil. And yeah, so turbocharge is what I'd like to do. I think that'd be the best bang for your buck. Forced induction. If anyone ever tells you NA build's the best, or even supercharged, it's turbo. Turbo is the best, unless you're like a V8. Nah, even a V8 turbo is amazing. I love turbo cars. They're so fun. They make so many good noise. Supercharged. So I've had supercharged cars. I had that EVORA that was supercharged. I don't know if you guys remember that. The top end, very, very top ends of superchargers, they're a lot different than turbos. Turbos always feel good at the very, very top end, which is what you want, that exciting feeling to me. But torque is always fun to have. Lots of torque is always fun to have, and that's what those superchargers do. So I've had some people comment saying we should supercharge this car instead of turbo it. You know, I would think about it, but again, the actual turbo or the supercharger itself, the charge system, expensive. So I think I'd personally rather go turbo than even buying headers and doing an NA build on this car. I'd rather just get rid of all the crap off here and throw a turbo on there. Way more fun, way faster. So I know there's a lot of guys running like E85 on these things and doing headers and you know, making maybe 200 or 220. Throw a boosted one of these things on here, they rip. That's what I would recommend. I drove one. I drove a supercharged one and I drove a turbo one of these, and the turbo is super fun. So let's put some oil in the oil filter on. Okay, let's fill it up with oil. You know, this is what we're doing, oil change and talking. I already put the K&N oil filter on, put the drain plug back on, and then now we're gonna put this, what is this, 0W20 in here. We're doing some Castrol. Yeah, so I think turbo would be the best fit for this car, since I've driven them turbo before. The car has 96,000 miles, I think, 93, I got it with 93. I think it has 96,000 or 97, I can't remember. But my fiance drives it a lot because it does get good, really good gas mileage. So the turbo would, you know, kill the gas mileage somewhat, but I don't think it'd be the end of the world. It does need a clutch, so that's one thing that we're gonna do. And I think I'm gonna do an affordable clutch. I'm not gonna buy a $700 or $800 clutch. I think I'm gonna do kind of a lower end clutch, but something that still feels OEM lightweight and will function with a turbo, just in case I want to boost it. Because I know she really likes to drive this car. I don't know if you guys have driven the FRS. They're so easy to drive. So she likes that, and she doesn't want a heavy clutch. Like the Evo's so heavy. The Celica's pretty heavy too. It's a comp clutch. The Evo's ACT, and then I'm 99% sure this still has the OEM factory clutch. And right at 100,000 miles, the clutch is slipping, which totally makes sense. So we'll do a clutch, maybe a turbo, you know, a full turbo kit with some injectors, and yeah, I think that would be fun. So let's go ahead and put a little bit more oil in, because it takes 5.7 quarts random instead of, I hate when it takes these four cylinders take more than 5 quarts because you have to buy another one. So let's go ahead and put a little bit more oil in, so 5.7 quarts, and slip on that new serpentine belt, and then talk about more exterior stuff. Okay, real simple. I don't know if you guys have done serpentine belts. They're like one of the easiest things in the world. Literally just like that. It's spring loaded. Use a big old bar like this, and this thing will just literally, you just pull it off like that. This belt is pretty worn, so we're just gonna slide this off just like that, and that'll recock itself all the way. Some cars you do need someone else, so I will, you know, I'll admit sometimes you do. Let's go ahead and pull it off. There is a cool harmonic balancer on the engine, on the crank pulley, which is cool. So we'll slide that off, undo the old belt. But again, this is some old designs where you have a opposing for a transmission, an axle goes back into the rear wheels. I mean, this is one of the easiest cars to work on. The cars that you guys have been seeing on my channel, like a good example is that Celica. It's actually hard to work on things like that, and the reason it's hard to work on that is it's cramped spaces and just not the easiest. So this is a fun car to work on. I would recommend you buying an FRS if you have the means. I think it is probably one of the best first starter sports cars literally that there are, period. It is so good. Yeah, so good. Yeah, this thing is shot. And sometimes there's numbers on them. This thing is totally shot. Here's a new one. Nice, beautiful. So we'll slip that one on, and then we'll be done. I did put all the oil in that we need, and then we can actually talk about more appearance stuff, because I know that's what I would like to see. So let's jump onto that. Okay, just like that, new serpentine belt on, nice maintenance. Using Gates, everyone knows Gates. This is a really old school brand. KO or K060815, or it's probably going to be that number. It's probably going to be the 6PK 2072 if you guys need to buy one. $20-$30, pretty reasonable, nice. I forgot how much I like that little intake box down there. That looks nice. I do know that they make a one that runs right underneath here. Underneath here, it's a Perrin. But I think this does the job just as well, to be honest. I mean, you could just cut a giant hole in the front bumper. Ram air doesn't really work as much as forced air with the turbo. So we're done. We're able to close it up. Oil change, new serpentine belt, things I've been trying to do for a long time, so I'm glad I got that. Let's talk about more exterior stuff. Okay, oil change, serpentine, all done. Yeah, so TRD, I love these wheels. To be honest, I should just put these on the Celica. They look so good. So here's where one of the tree spots pelt. So I need to have this pulled. You can pull this right here. It's wrinkled. And then there's a dent right here, from here to here. It needs to be pulled. To be honest, my dad calls this car like a roach because it just has dents everywhere. It is what it is. I got a good deal on it. It has a works exhaust, which is pretty cool. But we need new tail lights. I came with aftermarket tail lights. That's what you guys will see in the thumbnail. But they were smoked and one was broken from where the tree fell on it. So when I got the car inspected, I ended up just going with some OEM ones. So I'll have those for sale. Actually, probably just gonna throw them away. If anyone wants those, pay shipping, you can have them. Of course, I'm gonna need a black license plate. We're gonna go with the Toyota badge here again. Some nice, I'm gonna do they are not OEM ones, but they look OEM. I'm gonna do those ones. They look like the 2017 and newer. I like those a lot. I love the fuel door. I'm gonna leave that alone. And then we'll do a TRD rear bumper, but I'm also looking at the Modelista spats. Those look cool. And then I wanted to do the Nürburgring, the TRD wing. My fiance wasn't all about that, so we won't do the TRD wing, the big TRD saw. So I'll end up doing maybe like the SARD one, or maybe just a duck bill, something like that. I'm kind of indecisive. I'm not sure what I want to do with it. But again, I need to do a video because we're going to take this to get the dents pulled on it. And then I'm not going to repaint the whole car, but I'm going to see if they can just fix it in spots. And if they can't, we'll just go, oh well. Again, this is just going to be a race car kind of. My fiance's daily driver, because I don't care if she drives it as much as she drives. And the only thing I really care about on this car, to be honest, is those wheels. Those are the only things I want because they're good on my Celica. So let's go ahead and lower the car. One of the other things I did really want to talk about real quick is this interior is, in my opinion, so much better than the Celica. I love this interior. I gotta be honest, it's even a better version than the MR2. I love these. If you don't like this, you're crazy. It's so small and coupe and compact. It's the best. It looks really good. This one, I think I'm gonna do leather with red stitching. I like this stereo. I think I'll leave it alone. These need to be black, black, black. I'll do videos on that. I need a new shifter. I think I'm gonna do the Alcantara, or just leave this black leather and get a new black leather one here with red stitching, because the car does have that black and red stitching package, which I love. It looks so good. That is so nice looking. I love that. And it has it down here and on the kick panel, so it's really good. I do want an aftermarket steering wheel. I'm probably gonna go with a carbon fiber one that's slightly smaller, or we'll do a all leather one. I'm not sure because mine's a little bit warm, and I do want just slightly smaller, just a slightly smaller. These, again, like I said, I really need to be black. And then that's it. If you need some of these are on mitsubishi.com, the LEDs, that's why it's so bright in here. Yeah, I love this interior. I love this car. It's a good car. Can't recommend it enough. So I think that this is, you know, I don't know if you guys know, a lot of people, I'm OEM, I do OEM plus or OEM-ish. This is gonna be a car that just looks like that. It's gonna be a really nice, clean OEM, good stuff from OEM. Most of it's gonna be from Toyota / Subaru, same thing. Kind of like my Evo 9 here. So come over here. So I'm done with this. We'll do this on the next video. We'll start doing some of these. Not next video, but that's what we're going to be doing. Actually, one more last thing. There is a leather one of these right here. I want that. I think that would be nice. The leather on top of there. I'm going to find one of those. Here is my ultra nice part collection currently. So front crash bar, I guess, or whatever this is for the Evo. That'll be up next video. I have a carbon fiber dash setup. I cannot wait, with a new glass. Ooh, that's for the cluster. I cannot wait to have that nice and new. Evolution badge, MR, OEM part, OEM floor mats. I'm gonna black out, this will probably be the next video, I'll be blacking out a lot of the Evo exterior. I love this piece. This is a heat shield because the current one's rusty. I have a Alcantara shift boot, which I like a lot. I do have an aftermarket shifter, probably not gonna use that one, probably sell that one. Black nose badge, which I need to put back on there. Black side markers, carbon fiber steering wheel, new carbon fiber wrap, OEM floor mats. Look at all this good stuff. And then I do have OEM doors, panels, which I love. I think I'm going to do a video where I install some of the badging on this, and then we take this car to get tinted and do the windows tinted, and then I'll install the new door panels, because, or the door, yeah, door panels. These are the EVO 9 MR OEM ones. These are, I think, the SSL package. Sights, sounds, and lighting or something like that. I think that's what that is, sight sound lighting, or the SSS package, which is sight sound and spoiler or something like that. You know, MR, I should just leave a lot of this OEM, but I think I can make it a little bit better than what it is. Definitely, I really do. So again, nice clean car, but we're gonna spruce it up. That wheel needs to be finished and touched up. So lots of good content. So make sure to like, subscribe, swingbymr.com as always. I'm excited for the FRS. I don't know if you guys are, but it's the, I don't know if you know, it's a successor to the CELICA. The CELICA was replaced by that. That's the AE86. Same thing. It's they replaced the Scion TC. I think it went CELICA TC, then this guy. This guy for sales marketing. Now obviously the 7th generation was front wheel drive. This is rear wheel drive. But I don't know if you guys knew this. There was a CELICA Supra. There was a all-wheel drive CELICA. So this is the CELICA successor. So it's, you know, very normal for me to own one. I hope that they bring out an MR2 and a CELICA again. I would totally be on board for those. Other than that, I got lots of great content. So again, swing by my website. Stay tuned. I hope you guys are excited for this. Hit a like button. Go back out and check out those Turbo CELICA videos. And then stay tuned. We're going to be showing this Evo 9 MR some true love that it deserves. See you guys in the next video.